today, from the Superdome in New Orleans, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. Winston and the New Orleans Saints taking on Matt Corral and the Carolina Panthers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And bringing them out in his 8th year out of Florida State, the former Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston, he throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. On 1st and 10, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Jameis again. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action. Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. The Panthers about ready to take over.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Corral throwing for it on 4th. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Corral with it on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Peyton Turner in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Corral. Rolling to his left. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Corral. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep, a Louisiana native, Jarvis Landry. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. On play action, Winston. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover. For the first points of the only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Corral to throw on second down. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Clock running under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On first down, Corral. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. They'll try and run the option left side. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. No score after 1 on EA Sports. McCaffrey is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. So it's all down to this, Week 18 on the NFL schedule. And that means that once we sort things out, we'll all be set for our second ever Super Wild Card weekend, which I think everyone agrees was a runaway success last year. We got 2 games coming up on Saturday, 3 more on Sunday, and then we'll put a bow on it Monday night. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jameis to throw it. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stopped it well short.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Corral, he'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a 1st down. The Panthers had 10-6 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Third down, Corral. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Peyton Turner. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So on now is Johnny Hecker to punt this one away. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The New Orleans offense set to take over as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. It's Hill, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Now Winston.
There's Chris Olave.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Winston. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. To throw, Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set.
At their own 24.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. To throw again on 2nd down.
Corral.
And that'll be incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, Corral.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Here's Corral on 1st down. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Corral
hauled in by Anderson, left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Corral to throw, 1st and 10.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. Throwing again on second down. Corral. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Corral with it, first down here. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On second down, McCaffrey. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. On third down, here's Corral. There's Tremble, the tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So in Saints territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. A first down throw here for Corral. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Working with a second and 4. Back to throw, Corral. Caught by Tremble. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. First down. Here's Corral with it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Davenport showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a second and 14. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Throwing here, Corral. Throw left side complete. That's Sullivan. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage, and when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing, Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in the second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. On 1st down, it's Corral.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it hit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, had some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he returns this to the 22. Possession of the football goes over to Carolina.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Corral right back to the air after the pick 6. He's got the connection to Moore.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Corral looking to throw.
He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From the 29, Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Winston.
Open man is the tight end Troutman.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Now Winston.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield. So they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Carolina offense making their way out. We take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Corral with it on 1st down.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Winston now after the fumble recovery.
That's complete to Troutman right side.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston buying time to his left. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Deontay Hardy,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Looks good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. 1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set at their own 22. Here's Corral on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Corral. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. David Onyemata able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Now after the sack, you got Corral and the Panthers here staring at a tough play, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Fourth down, here's Corral. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that 1st down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the 1st. On 1st down, Corral. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll try and run right on the option. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Corral looking to pass, 2nd down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Corral takes a shotgun snap. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. But correct me if I'm wrong. You know, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Corral. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Corral now to throw.
steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. David Onyemata getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Here's Corral.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A 10th carry for Kamara. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here's Kamara, try to run for it. And they needed 2, they could only get 1. 4th down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10.
So Corral and the Panthers now.
Down by 10, a little over 80 ticks to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Corral. They'll get this underneath to McCaffrey.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Corral to throw.
Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Now Corral.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Corral.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And with the defense out in timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Winston will kneel down, and that should be your ball game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for New Orleans,
they get the victory in the season finale, but it will still mean a sub-500 season as they finish at 8-9.
and by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Carolina,
the loss means they'll finish up the regular season at 10-7.
and it's going to be finger-crossing time as we await the final shakedown of this year's playoff picture. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.